episode 3 of Mentee to Mentor. And on the first episode we had Solomon Ogbaji. Second episode we had Anthony Livinus, and today we have two interesting guests, two very competent and professional guests, and it's going to be an interesting time. So I will urge you, if you are just coming on the live, if you're just seeing us now, please, okay, nice, nice. Heaven Boy Light Out. It's good to see you. You're welcome to our live. All right, so I'll urge you to quickly share the live with the people that you think should be on this call. And then as you do that, more people will be on the call because we're about to start and we're not going to waste time. We're starting right away. Okay, so I'm going to bring up our first guest. Our first guest, and she will introduce herself well, but I met her over a year ago. A very interesting personality, very, very professional. She has traveled far and wide doing what she does. One of the best people you meet in her craft. And in Jennifer Ibrahim. Jennifer
Hi.
Ibrahim, yes. Can we?
Good
It's like we
evening.
can't see you anymore. Oh yes, we can see you now. We can see you now. You're welcome.
Thank you so
Yes.
much.
Jennifer Ibrahim, you're welcome. This is our third episode of Mentee to Mentor, and
Hmm.
it's been an interesting time for us. Exposition, learning, unlearning, getting to know new things, and reminding ourselves of the things that other things that we've known before. And but before we start, your first guest, our second guest will also be with us. But before we start, can we do a quick introduction? So just tell
Okay.
us a few things we don't know about you. For those that are coming in contact with you for the first time, and for those of
Okay.
us that know you but we don't know so many things. Yeah, let's hear about you.
Okay, my name is Jennifer Ibrahim. I am an on-air personality. I currently work with Cool FM. I host the midday show. And apart from that, I'm a compare, an MC, a host. Once you have an event, I am your plug. I also love to volunteer for humanitarian purposes. I also do have an NGO. We've not really been active due to some other works that are taking, most of my attention. But that's what I do. And also, I love to work with young people, especially young girls, and pouring that. I'm also an influencer. I work with brands. I'm a brand ambassador for a travel agency and also a cooking brand, a cooking utensil brand rather. So yes, that's just a little of what I do. I'm an actress. I'm the first female MMA announcer in Africa. I can go on and on.
Okay,
So yes,
that's
to the glory
nice.
of God.
That's nice. Okay, so
Yes.
I'm not finding it very difficult to keep up with everything you've said so far. Oh wow. Okay. Uh, so I'm going to touch on some of them. OAP, anchor, MC, uh, actress, NGO, influencer, brand, brand,
Ambassador.
brand ambassador, everything. And you said a couple of things that caught my eye, but then it is divine. It is actually divine
Thank
that
you.
we have you on this call tonight, and our other guest is also here tonight, and he's a creative, and I really like the combination already. Okay, so you work with young girls, you
Yes.
volunteer, you have an
Mhm.
NGO, and it will really really help us. And then I want to clap for you. You're the first lady we've had on this series. You're the first female.
Yay.
You're the first. You're the first female we're having on this series. And truly, when we were preparing and planning, I was thinking, I was like, I need females. I need females. I need, but then sometimes it's complex. If you don't really look so well, you may not find those that your values align with them. But I can proudly say that from what you've said so far, our values align. Okay, so before our second guest comes, so our conversation is centered around mentorship, and the reason why we started this series is because we I noticed that a couple of people have come to me personally for mentorship, and my friends and the people in my circle, and we discovered that we couldn't mentor them.
Hmm.
Some we sent them back because they really do not know how a mentee mentor relationship ought to be.
Mhm.
Some come and then they see you and they want you to be their mentor, thinking that you're an ATM. They are getting you're just putting their bills, you're going to give them money, or some are attracted to the glamour, or they are
Hmm.
attracted to the lifestyle, and they do not know the work that goes into the entire thing. Now that's another aspect. And then in this space, I have seen where people that are meant to be mentors exploit the people that are supposed to be their mentees. So
Hmm.
even the mentors do not really know how to maximize said relationship. So mentee mentor relationships. So that these are the things we're addressing. Then we're also addressing the importance. A lot of people do not even know what mentorship is, and they do not know that they can leverage on it. Others feel mentorship should be so free. Others feel mentorship should be paid for. So these are the things that we want to clear. Some myths we should debunk and things like that. So diving right into it. Okay. So I just want to share from your own perspective. What's your concept? What's your concept of? What's your idea or your perspective on the concept of mentorship?
So I feel like mentorship. Yeah, I feel like mentorship is very important, especially in um, the current state we find ourselves right now as a nation. And when I mean as a nation, I mean as people collectively. So let me give you this example. I may her soul rest in peace. I had this my late therapist, right? She had an NGO, and she was doing lots of humanitarian works at the same time, also rehabilitating people. That is, people coming for counseling and all of that. And after she passed on to the glory of God, that organization is still standing today. She's no longer here, but she built a legacy. She set in place people that worked under her and with her, and they were able to understand the basic things that they need to do to get to where, to get the work done. So I find mentorship very important. Mentorship works in different ways, right? And if you are not willing to learn from anybody, then you're not willing to grow. As you know, the moment you stop learning, you stop growing automatically. So for me, I feel like it's something that we must do. Before now, I was not actually open to mentoring people. Just like you said, I've had my own fair share. Some people will come into the picture in the name of, oh, I want you to be my mentor. And we're girls. Most of the people that come to me are women or young girls. And then in the middle of it, you want to become me overnight, forgetting the fact that I have been doing this radio thing for about 12 years.
Oh wow.
So I have bagged a lot of experiences. Life has happened to me a decade and you've learned a lot. But some people want to come into the space and 2 seconds, they're there. And it doesn't work like that. I am aspiring to be someone. I'm still growing. I'm also building my brand. But right now, it is not feasible for me to say I want to own a Birkin bag, for instance. How much is a Birkin? Except if I want to go and buy it in Aba Market. Congratulations. But if I'm going to hold an original, how much would that cost me? Is that what I am earning for right now? But guess what? There are people that have been doing this for years and they can afford it, and that is okay. So most times when people come, they always lose the goal and the focus. Some people do it for the wrong reasons. Some do it for fame. Some, like you said, they do it because of the ATM. They feel like you're then our boss lady, our child man, our child lady, our fana. That's what it is. They just want to tax you 247. So whether you're struggling or you're not struggling, they will shall be taxing you left, right, center. And then we have some that are actually eager and they want to learn. I love working with those sets of people. But like I said, I've got burnt in the past. In fact, I remember this particular girl that I was working with at some point that one time. Now, Before then, she was doubling as a lot of things. She was my assistant. She wanted me to mentor her. She was doing a whole lot. So I usually send, an Uber to get her. She'll do the basic things. Any errand she's running, I ensure that, the boat takes her. One day she sent me one weird message and said that sometimes the way I push her, that I push her so much. And because of that, it's affecting her mental well-being. And I said, okay. And I said, this is where we draw the curtains. I paid her salary and I said, please, let's not do this job again. Eh? Before I'll come and find myself on Insta blog for no good reason. So, and most people don't want to go through the heat. Trust me, gold has to go through fire before it becomes purified. If you don't go through the process, you have no idea. So I always like it when people want to come into the picture, you have an idea, especially when you come around, you will see it. Except if the person wants to lie to you. Sometimes I take jobs that I don't really get paid well. Sometimes I get jobs that I don't even get paid at all, but I do favors for people. Sometimes I don't get the high earned jobs. So it depends. If you're in the inner circle, you will see those things. And you'd understand that it is not all glam and rosy as it looks like. There's a whole lot of work that has to be done in the background for it to happen that way. So some people come in with the right mindset, some people come in with the wrong mindset. So it depends on where their headspace is. But like I said, before now, I was not ready. I'm like, no, I'm not doing this. It's not happening. But after a while, I'm like, why not? If not, let's try. So I have a few young girls that, we're trying. I check up on them. I ensure everything is moving well. And, that's how we've been doing it so far.
When you mentioned this mental health thing, I remember the conversation we had with in the just the previous episode
Mhm.
with Mr. Anthony. He told me that he has a list of questions, and there are up to 50
Mm.
that he asks anybody that comes to him for mentorship. So he said the day before our session, there was and told him asked him for mentorship, and he was asking her the questions. He said he asked her the questions. He had not even gone halfway or so, and the lady said that he should just enjoy his life. She's not doing it again. And already they were still in the question phase for him to know if you're actually serious or not. And she left. Do you think that it is as a result of the generation that we are in right now, the generation where we want things to happen fast for us. We want it's really quicker. You don't have AI, tech, everything is moving fast. So do you think we have missed the whole concept of mentorship? Is it that they're trying to violate the law of process? Like
So you see this thing you said,
the,
eh? I think it's
yes,
this. I let me gladly blame it on the generation, right? In
yeah,
the sense that this particular generation that we're in, they have no regard whatsoever for hard work. Not all of them.
yeah,
Some don't actually understand that it takes process. So let me give you an instance. I do have a kid sister. She's in the university, right? Studying medicine. So anytime she comes for holiday, I give her task. If I'm going to shoot videos, she comes along with me. If I'm going to do anything, she comes, and sometimes I even use her. I say, you have to work. I said, you will not call me up and say, oh, sister, I need 50K. Oh, no, you're going to work for it when you're on break. And when you're on break, you will work for it. So, what am I trying to do? I'm trying to make her understand that there is a process. Things don't just come to you freely, you have to work for it. And that is what this generation sometimes don't like. And we live in a world of social media, right? You're seeing everything online. You're seeing that if this person can make it, why can't I make it? But you're forgetting that number one, our economic system is not the same with theirs. Our realities and theirs are not the same. And if you want to leverage, you have to leverage on certain skills. And except you have those certain skills, you cannot actually make it. And before you even get those skills, there has to be discipline of learning. But most people don't want to go through that in 2 seconds. Like I remember when we always have interns in the office that come in, and when they come into the office, some of them tell you, so how long have you been doing this thing? Me, so most times I ask them, serious questions like, okay, so after school, now that you're studying this course, what do you want to become? They'll be like, yeah, when I graduate, and I want to be an OAP, I just want to talk. I'm like, oh, that's nice. That's nice. Why do you want to do this? Ah, I want to be famous. You know, I want to know people. I want to buy clothes. There's even one girl that told me that she wants to buy clothes and she wants to buy shoes. I said, make I tell you, they pay for this work, or should I just leave you to go with your delulu? Because you know, sometimes delusion is the key. But at the same time, there are same people that are still doing this and are still cashing out. That is where you find myself being 1,001 things. I always tell myself that there's no way that I'll be in an environment and I'll not thrive. There's definitely some skill that I have that can be a survival skill. If worst case comes to worst, if tomorrow I say I'm not doing OAP again, I can host gigs independently. If I say I don't want to do that, I can cook. I can cook. In fact, I had a restaurant before now. So I can gladly start up anything at any time. It all depends here. And like I said, the generations have changed. When I finished school, the first thing I did, that was at age 15, 16. I worked for someone as a PA. You know, way back when we had, we didn't have the way you could market goods where you would go to these people where they had like those trucks and speakers and you had dancers and they keep dancing around to market products. So I was working for that company. That was the first job I started with. Oh, okay. I can even go. Oh, yes, he's finally here. So I can even go down before then how I was speaking trash. I know I picked some trash at an early age. I think around 13 years or so. Before when I graduated, I moved. So after that, Abi, is this the one that I've been a house help for people? Or will I say while I was still in uni, I sold okrika? See, in fact, because of my okrika business, I opened a shop, proper store. So what I do is I wash the clothings and then I hang them. If you go, there's a Facebook page that I lost. If you go there, you would see all these things there. I sold okrika gladly from hostel to hostel up until I was able to gather money and open a store. Most of these people can't relate with this struggle. So when you see me now doing baby girl lifestyle, you see me in Doha, you're like, I want to be like her. Can you sell okrika? Like, let's be honest. Can you go through that? So we can't glamorize it. I know it's beautiful for you to have the vision. It's good for you to dream big because it's those scary dreams that push you, right? But at the same time, pay the dues. If you don't pay the dues, you take shortcuts, you're going to burn fast. Last year, I had crazy endorsement deals that were coming my way, but I wasn't willing to compromise certain standards. And because of the fact that I wasn't willing to compromise that, I lost some major deals. I'm talking about a deal that was going to earn me about 30 million naira worth of a car. And I said, I'm not going to take it. And some people heard the story, they're looking at me like, ah, you're mad now. Why won't you collect it? Ah, what is it? You're still going to. But you see, I have learned that is okay. I should build gradually. I'll get there. Rome wasn't built in a day. So why does it look like in a day I'm going to get there? So this generation need to understand that it is good to have the big dreams, but we have to work. We have to go through the fire. And sometimes the people that you want them to mentor, they're not going to be all rosy and easy on you because they know what the world out there is. A big shout out to one of my bosses, Mrs. Lola. When I was working in Rhythm, most of my hard work now, she was the one that pushed me. As I then I thought this woman hated me for no good reason. Once in a while, I still call her, I say, Mama, God bless you. Because if not for the fact that she put so much fire to ensure that I turn out to be this way. And you know the crazy part? While you're in the process, you don't get it. You just think that they hate you. It is later when the process begins to yield proceeds. That's when you're like, oh, I understand what you're saying. It makes a lot of sense now. So yes, they just need to understand that you have to go through the process. You have to pay the price. You have to be patient. Because that is what we lack. This generation lacks a lot of patience. We want to get it in 2 seconds. I want to be in a private jet. I want to hang out. That's why our youth are doing crazy things, unnecessary pressure. I don't have rent, enough rent now. I want to go and live in Wuse too. I'm paying 6 million. What kind of job am I doing? Am I cleaning money? What stops me from getting a little self point for me to start off there? I don't have a phone. What happens to me using the one I have? Like, so these are questions that we really need to ask ourselves. It's not that you're not going to get there, but just give yourself time, build, have an idea of what you want, and be with people and in a community that they are heading towards that direction. That is why having a mentor is very good. Because on times and on days where you're really confused, you can put a call through and they'll tell you, okay, I feel you should go this way. Or even when they see you're going left, they'll be like, hey, come back this way. I've gone here. I always tell my friends everything that happens in my life is so that you guys that are coming behind will see it and you don't replicate it. Because when things happen to people, it's not just for you to watch. No, it is also for you to learn from it. So most times when people tell you about their history and when they tell you about their experiences, it's not because they too know or they too sabi. No, it's because they don't want you to make those same mistakes. There are mistakes that I made. And that's why I love working with young girls. Because if I see you taking that part, I'll tell you, sister, you're gonna crash. 9 out of 10, most of them will not believe. But if you get burnt twice, if I tell you, you'll be like, okay, yeah, I understand you. So yeah, that's it.
Awesome. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh yes, I thought I was mute. See, you said so many things, and I didn't want to stop the flow. You mentioned so many things. The moment you are, it is very difficult for you to see something when you are part of the thing. You
Mm-hmm.
have to step out to be able to get a clearer picture of what is this. Because when you're in the thing, you will probably, you most likely cannot have a wholesome view of that thing that you're trying to look at. And
That's true.
you said this. I've seen mentors tell you that you want to get a house. Okay, yes. How much do you have? Say this is what I have. He tells you where are you looking for a house. Say this is that. Say don't rent a house there. It's as simple as that. You think the mentor doesn't want you to live in a fine estate and says, no, go and stay in so place.
Mm-hmm.
Pay for 1 year or stay there for 2 years. If you can now tell you, okay, it's time to move.
Mm-hmm.
You're okay. Now, as you said, the generation is not patient. They just want to pick up now and do. We've made mistakes. The same thing we keep saying every day in every episode. The reason why you want to have a mentor is so that you don't learn from your experience. You learn from his experience. Experience
Mm-hmm.
is a good teacher and is the best teacher if you learn from other people's experience. When you learn
True.
from your own experience, it's going to be indelible, quite sure. However, experience is not going to forgive you.
Mm-hmm.
Experience will definitely leave a scar or a mark. So if it's a good experience, fantastic. If it's bad, and then the human mind, the human system is conditioned to retain negative things.
Mm-hmm.
You learn more from negative things. That's why people want to do that. But if you can actually avoid it, just avoid it
True.
and learn from other people. So we keep saying this, and then it's funny. Same thing with me. There was a time when the first office I worked in Abuja, when I came to Abuja, um, I think I've done a video like that. I can't remember. I will forever be grateful to that woman. She was my director. That place. She comes. She usually I will work my head out. So I was working, and she comes to me and she will ask me. Usually she'll come to the office or pass through my office, and she'll stop and say, Leo, do you know this? Let me give you an instance. It was in the office that I first discovered MailChimp. So she asked me clearly, she said, do you know MailChimp? I said, no. You're following me, right? I said, no. She now said, okay, use MailChimp to send the next newsletter, the weekly newsletter. And I'm like, I said no. He's like, did you hear me? I said no. You know, concern now. So she would just say, she just said, you use MailChimp to send the next newsletter, yada, and she goes. Now it's left to me to sit after work. Thank God I was living in Yanga then, so there was traffic. So I don't leave the office. I just wait for the traffic to subside. So I'll stay back. There's internet and light in the office. So I now started taking tutorials, courses for learning how to use MailChimp. By the end of the week, I learned everything about MailChimp. And I use MailChimp to send newsletters. I have used MailChimp for a long time now. I can use it to do as so many things that other people need a very big software to do simply because of that. She came. She asked for my CV one time, and then I showed her because I was serving that as a core member. She asked for my CV. I said, okay, you know this, okay. Well, you're interested in photography. I said yes. I said okay. So come to my office. I went to her office. She brought out a fine big camera. She bought in millions. She said, okay, use this. So you're going to be taking the pictures for our social media and everything for it. I don't know how to use it. I was just learning. So I learned so many things like that. But if I felt for my mental health, it's not, you know, but then, thank you so much. Thank you. I'm even saying way so much than you said. That I'm welcome. Thank you so much for coming. I know the network has been, finally, the network has keeps you out to your car. All right. Yeah. So, Honorable Patrick is
I
one of our
think, am
other
I
colleagues.
frozen? Is it freezing?
No. I can't clear. You're not. You're not. Yeah. Uh, so even in a furious generation, we can't ignore patience, but exercise is for the generation to move smoothly. Oh yes, we need to exercise patience. So let me see. Ndatam, can we hear you now?
Yes, sir. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you're not very audible.
Can you hear me
Yes, I can hear you. You're
okay
welcome. There's still that little noise in the background.
from my end? Yeah.
Yes, on your end. Okay. Yeah. So speak a little louder so that we can hear you.
Okay. How about now?
Somebody said the audio. Okay. Yes. There is a little. There's a little. Yes. There's a little sound. Can you hear that sound in the
Yeah,
background?
I hear it once we speak. I've been hearing it for the longest.
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir.
But we don't know where it's coming from.
God will help us.
Okay. All right. That's fine. So since I think we can't hear the noise, let's continue. So quickly, just run down. Give us an introduction of yourself, and we will love that.
Okay. My name is Ndatam. Uh, Generally creative, basically. I'm like the most chilled guy you meet. No really things like that. I just face my front. So basically, I'm generally creative, a photographer. I consult for brands regarding photography and other stuff, creative ideas.
I can I can barely hear you. So I want to be sure that other people, those following us online, can hear you because of the noise that we're having in the background. Okay, yes, it's from you. Yes, there's this noise coming from your end. Jennifer, can you hear the noise or just
Yeah, I can just, no, but he needs to speak first.
okay? I just want to be sure it's not from my end also.
Okay. I can't hear any noise.
Okay, the noise is gone. The noise is all right.
Yes, there's.
I think it's frequency or something.
You're mute.
Okay, now
Okay,
we
I
can
can hear
hear
you.
you.
Yeah,
Am I good to go?
yeah, sure.
My name is Ndatam, and basically creative. Um, I consult for brands. I've worked with several brands in the industry of photography. That's a side of me. Um, Musically, huh, I'm a songwriter. Uh, I don't want to say producer. But now people consider me one. I don't consider myself one yet. I just know how to sharp put together music that is listening ahead. So that a pro vocalist, and I recently just signed a record deal for 2 years with C Records. So basically, That's me.
I find it difficult to hear you, actually.
Wow.
I want to be sure that others can hear you. If I'm the only one finding it difficult to hear you, it's fine.
Yes, I can hear you. Just a little interference. I don't know what it is, but there's just that echoing. But can you hear it too?
Yes.
I
Yes,
can hear it.
yes, I can still hear the
So the
noise
person,
in the
can we
background.
mute our mics? Probably let me speak.
Let me mute mine. And
Can you guys hear me now? So I think is echoes. We're echoing. So feedback. So do I have to run from the top again? Okay. So basically, like I said, I'm Ndatam Cyril Habila, a creative generally, a photographer and a musician. So the photography aspect of me has just been working with photography is just something I started for fun because I just loved putting together images, how I see it in my head, and then down to retouching and all. And now it has become a full-time or a full-blown business where I also consult for other brands and organizations. Um, then the music aspect is I'm a songwriter, certified songwriter. I have 2 diplomas in songwriting, also in photography. I have 2 diplomas in songwriting, a vocalist, a producer, in quotes, and I recently just signed a 3 years record deal with EC Records. So for basically that's me.
all right, so you said you're a certified songwriter.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what we're going to do is the moment you're not speaking, you may have to mute your mic on your end. It seems you are using a more sophisticated device than us. So it's it's why are you smiling? Let's be real. Okay, so you're a certified songwriter, you're a producer, even though you don't want to call yourself that, other people call you a producer, you're a photographer. Uh I've known you for a while, and for here, I think the conversations we've been having for a while. So what I would like to ask you is personally, I know you mentor people, but let's start with you. Do you have a mentor? Whether it's in the photography or it's in the music business, or you uh, have a mentor that is like a life coach or a life mentor generally. Do you have that?
Yes, sir. I do. I do. Firstly is my pastor. The pastor is my mentor generally because that man is really involved in a lot of things in my life. Literally, almost every space of my life is involved. Then, um, music wise, I do. Photography has been something I was just dabbling into. So mostly I would just say I look up to a lot of people from a distance. Yeah, and I learn from them from a distance, but I really don't say I have a mentor in that segment. But for the music, of course, I have a mentor. His name is Mr. Deep, and that's that happens to also be my producer. Which, yeah, my journey has been interesting. So the word mentor is something I'm really careful about. I've had a lot of people I've learned from during the course of my journey, but when it comes to submitting to a person to because when I saw him, I just knew that I needed to have what this person has, if not exactly better. So I just had to meet up to him, and then luckily for me, he was my MD in church. And how God made everything work is I was thinking of the same thing. I was thinking of meeting him to speak to him. On the other hand, he saw my commitment just by being around for a few weeks. And then he was like, God spoke to him that he needed to pour out into me. And that's how we connected. and that's how we connected.
Oh, nice, nice. Thank you so much. You see, there's a relationship between uh everything that all the guests that have come here have been saying. Number one is usually a mentor will look at you and look at your commitment. Before you came up, Jennifer was saying the same thing. There are people that you see and you just know automatically these people are really serious and you are interested in being a mentor to them. However, there are, whether you like it or not, people are actually shaping your life. It is easier. Life becomes better when you deliberately want somebody to be involved in your life so that you become as the person is or better than the person. Right. So the Jennifer also mentioned a couple of things about some of the challenges that this generation are giving mentors. That some don't even know that they need it. So I would like to ask you now, from your own perspective or from your experience, um, two questions in one. So far, do you really think that mentorship has made your journey easier? That's one. Then number two, you mentoring people. What are the challenges that you have faced mentoring people? What are some, you may not be able to mention all, but what are some of the challenges that you have faced mentoring people in this time and age?
Okay. So, as it regards to me, mentoring has given me, I'm looking for a word, has given me an edge over most of my peers. The mere fact of having somebody that looks out for me, for my best interest as it regards to this journey. The rooms I've entered because of my mentor were rooms I never thought I would be in the next 5 years. But there were rooms I entered 2 years ago just because I had a mentor. Because he was going with me literally to everywhere he enters as at the time. This person is a renowned music producer, renowned, top class. From the quality of my production, my music, you should know that this person has worked with as far as Wizkid, as far as Wizkid. So he has carried me to rooms that I never thought I would be in. So that's one of them. Just by the mere fact of being in an environment, my mind has shifted to the possibilities of that room and that environment. There are times where I would hear conversation, I'd be like, oh, is this impossible? But being in such rooms and I hear crazier things, I'm like, sure, these people get too head. But on that, or just so me personally, I didn't even like seeing a lot of persons do things. I just need a person. I just need one person to show me it's possible, and that's enough. So being able to meet that one person to be able to project all that I have envisioned more, I can say for a fact, by the grace of God and by the help of God, I'm better than a lot of people we started with. Most of the people we started with now can't even fathom. Sometimes they see me and I'm like, bro, now the same meal, not too reason now. But the way they now picture me is crazy. And that's all thanks to a mentor. Because he decided to hold my hands. He decided to take the risk. Like, I'll do this journey with you regardless. And that has really shaped a lot of things. And that has really eased a lot of things for me. And to your second question, mentoring has not been funny because I don't like generalizing, but most of these people, I'm not old though. I'm not. My guy know I'm not old. The funny thing is, some of the people I mentor now are older than me. That's not the funny thing, but some of them don't even know. But all glory to the Lord. This is my elder brother. In case you don't know, ma, this is my elder brother. He doesn't like to admit it, but it's my elder brother. Half of the things I know now, I learned from them and some other persons in school. Let's not visit that, but that's to put it out there. So most of the people I now mentor, some of them are really just here for association, and that's sad. They just want to be associated with you. They just want to be associated with what you represent. Not really that, not necessarily that they want to learn, especially the other gender. Oh my God. Ah, that has been a struggle. That has been a struggle, a hell
So
of a
waiting for
struggle.
the I was waiting for the first person to touch this table. But then, thank God you have started. We will enter
I
it.
have to, so I need to, because now I mean I face every now and then. I don't even reply to Facebook messages anymore because once you open it, you hear you see one damn cell will come up like, sir, can you from where to where? I've been on this road long enough to know that. I'm not saying that everybody is the same, oh, but there's once bitten, twice shy. Now I don't shy past 2 times like this. I know somebody who actually paid for a whole lesson while I was taking acoustic classes like some 6 years back. I know a lady that paid for her classes complete. She even took the biggest package I had. She came to the house. My elder sister just saw the lady. And my elder told me straight to the point, this girl did not come to learn. I said, why are you just generalizing? Why are we just, sir, this girl just came to that class once. I think she saw how that I was so grounded and how serious I was about teaching her. And that was the last I saw of the girl. Oh. But I shut up the money. I enjoyed it. No man. No one. And that was just it. So I just realized that I don't have time for this. I really don't. The few persons now I'm like my mentor now. I see a person and I feel responsible somehow to just impute into this person's life. And then I'll reach out to them. I no longer do the sir, can you I know the no be me and you they do that one. I reach out to a person I see genuinely trying, genuinely striving to do better at this space. And I feel like I have a lot to offer and to give to this person. I'll reach out to them. Hey, what's up? If you ever need help in this space, I'm here for you anytime, anything. That's what I do now. I know they follow and I do so can you basically.
Oh, thank you. Thank you very much. So I think what you're saying is yes. So what you're saying is most of the people that come from mentorship now, one of the major challenges you face is that a lot of people don't really come from mentorship. They come, they just come I mentioned this earlier, because they see the lifestyle or they see the glamour and they just want to associate with it. Not that they are coming to do the work that is there. On my own end, actually, I've seen female people that have come mentees and they have stuck. They are changed. Some of them, their growth process was very slow. Some were very fast. But then, as you said, we can't generalize. We cannot generalize. But so many people just go. I've seen that also. They come and then they will just be like, "Yeah, I want to do this. Can you teach me?" That's why now I don't feel I want to respond to all the messages. For some, I when you send me a message on social media, I go to your profile. I look at does have the knowledge to understand the knowledge that I want to give them. You don't have the requisite knowledge to understand. In fact, you need knowledge to get knowledge. So maybe I am not called to be the foundation person. In fact, I am willing to start work with you from the scratch, but at least bring the land. You don't have land on Facebook. Your name is Miss Black Queen. No, where are we starting from? You have to change your name first. You know, some your name is Bad Guy, Black Guy, Wheezy Kingsy. guy, where we know now, I'm not your mentor yet. Go and get this one. Get it straight. Like you are going somewhere. Let's meet and go there. Oh, okay, I've been on that path. That's what we are saying. So a lot of people feel that, okay, they look at you. In fact, you don't want to know the people who come to you for crypto. People come to me for cryptocurrency. Sir, it took me 5 years. It took me 5 years to be where I am now. You just came, oh, you just came, oh, you just came, oh, problem. In fact, I've seen somebody that came to a mentor, came to a mentor after like 2 or 3 months. When he sees his mentor, he's touching his mentor's material. He wants to buy. Are you okay? Somebody came and you came to a mentor, but you know this thing where they say give your mentor a gift, something that you not remember. You are now buying a book for your mentor, to read. And you don't even want to know the person. Like if I tell you who the person is, you are laughing now because I didn't mention the person. If I mention the person, it's bad. It doesn't make sense. Okay, let me even tell you what it is. The boy, the guy is at my level. For instance, the guy was at my level. My mentor took me to his mentor. Please listen to me. Don't lose me. My mentor took me to his mentor. His mentor was together with somebody that at one point mentored him. You get that level. The guy is at my level. It was my mentor that carried me to his mentor. But we were going for a meeting. I was privileged to be in that meeting where that even my mentor's mentor was meeting with somebody that mentored him at some point. He's not mentoring me anymore because they've grown. It is that person, that guy is based in the US. It's that person, that this guy went to go and give book. How far? Where are we going? So these are the things that have been placing a burden in my heart, right? Both of you are in the creative, so I don't digress. Both of you are in the creative space, and I really want both of you to answer. Recently, I've been thinking about it. I've been thinking about it intently. Oh, thank God, both of you are from the north. Thank God. When you are this guy, you're not a northerner because you spent a lot of your years in Lagos. So that's why he's the way he is. Jennifer, let's say the truth. This guy, the north has not really. But then, can't you see his hair? We were brought up to be very conservative. We're brought up, we grew up, they taught us to be very timid. They taught us to not toot your horn. Don't come outside. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Don't do too much. Now, I noticed that in the creative space generally, right now, from the north, it is maybe just people are not just, they are better. But if you start going to the northeast, northwest, down there, something still holds people back. And I think it's programming. It's programming. How do you think that these people in your space can position this? That's my question. Position. How do they position well for mentorship? Because I think if they properly get the right person to follow, they will blossom. They are very smart. The problem is the few people that had strong head and they went out, they didn't represent us well. So a lot of people were cancelled. How do you think people like this, for instance, in your space, Miss Jennifer, how do you think people can properly position the ladies that are following you? How do they position well for mentorship? Because I have discovered, even me today, I've discovered it's not people that really come to me for me. Some I take them. In fact, this time around, I want to now structure it and put a fee to it so that if I put a fee, only serious people will come. And if you wasted my time, at least you paid me. So, how do you think people can properly position for mentorship, looking at your own space now?
So the first thing I want to say is we have to be focused, right? We have to be very focused. One of the reasons why I'm talking about this is because as a girl, when you come into the space, the first thing you do is I can hear myself echoing, but can you hear me clearly?
I
Okay,
can
I
hear
think
you
you have to.
clearly. No echo from my end.
Okay. So
I'm
what
mute.
hap-
Okay, I'm not mute.
so you have to mute too. Thank you. So what I notice is that because of the fact that most of the girls would like to use the fine girl privilege, when you come into a space, we get distracted easily. So I know that I'm a fine girl and I got what it takes. Instead of me to learn what I'm supposed to be learning, I'm trying to see how the man is going to. I don't know how some people don't get it that success is not sexually transmitted. Like they honestly need to understand this. It doesn't happen that way. It doesn't go into your head. If you by any chance have anything to do with your mentor, which defiles the whole case of you even going to that person, know that whatever happens is just you collecting evil spirits and exchanging all the evil spirits in your body, and that's it. But intellectually, nothing happens. So the moment we begin to understand that our bodies are not tools, they are tools to glorify God. They are tools that God, people would appreciate what God is doing. But then let your head have something. When you open your mouth, what can you say? Can you hold a conversation, for instance? Just like you said, you can't come to me that you want me to mentor you, and I'm seeing I had someone that actually sent me a message. Her name is Pussy Black Doll. And I'm like, wait with this. Where are we starting from? Like, where do we go to from here? And literally, when I went through her page, all I could see is weird pictures of Oli Bomb. And I'm like, there's nothing I can teach you. Because even if it's the picture, you want me to teach you how to take pictures, to be honest, like, how do we go from here? So we need to understand, especially young ladies, that our bodies are not tools. They're not exchange routes. They're not things that we use for this. When we're coming to learn, let us learn. You said something that is quite sad, but it is our reality in the north. Our parents teach us, "Mu engidani." We don't do too much. We don't shout too much. We shouldn't be. You're a girl, you're too ambitious. I remember when I was moving into Abuja, a lot of people discouraged my family. You can imagine me as an only child moving into this town to say I want to come and establish, I want to start from where to where. 1,001 people told my dad that, hey, that is Okar one chine. That's what is bringing her to Abuja. She's not coming to do anything. Now, over the years, you can see the work. The work is speaking for itself. Everybody has relaxed, everybody has calmed down. In fact, the people want to associate with you. They want their children to know you. They want their children to come to you for advice. But one person needs to step out to take that daring move. So please, today is that day that you make up your mind that you want to make a change by stepping out of our comfort zones. We have to come out. If we don't come out, who is going to do it for us? And when we're coming out, we should not just come out timid, we should not come out shy. We should come out like the world is our runway. Let us run it right. By having the right people in your circle is really going to help you. By reading, like that, like that instance you gave. Please don't go and buy a book for your mentor. I beg. Don't go and buy a book for your mentor. Because 9 out of 10, I'm sure they have read those books. But honestly, we need to read. We need to understand. Let's have an idea. I mean, right now, information is very cheap. With ChatGPT, you can know 1,001 things. You don't even need to struggle. I mean, we all remember those days that before you get a word, you have to carry David Jones and go through letter by letter. And you follow if you're looking for M, you go with M and A. Before you go M and A and E. Like, go with it. Some of us actually had to go through that phase. But right now, information is at your beck and call. In 2 seconds, you can get anything you want to take. So doing research should not be anything that is a big deal for you. Do some research, do some homework. That field you want to go into, have an idea of what it would take. Have a vision that, okay, this is what I want to achieve. And like I said, if you're a fine girl, to the glory of God, God will help you. Yes, but don't use that as a tool, because let me tell you, my gender, we do it a lot. We do it a whole lot. And like I said, at the end of the day, it just tarnishes the image. And you can imagine, I work with a lot of men, right? My industry, I meet a lot of men. I mean, I'm talking about all caliber. You host somebody's 60th birthday, you meet people. You host whatever it is, you meet people. I hosted I was an announcer for the MMA. I met a lot of people. But the question is how you sustain those relationships. And what you need to understand is the moment you don't sleep with anybody, it increases your rep. Your reputation stands 1,001. In fact, people, your story travel. People will say, you see this girl, just leave her like this. Now, Chris, so much, she need agree. Oh. She's not going to. And it's better for you to have that kind of reputation than for you to say, no, don't worry, go now, you have access. Because what happens is that people will start passing you around, all in the name of trying to help you. At the end of the day, you become talk of town. And only God knows the kind of spirits and demons you've accompanied or be accompanying your body. So please, your body is not a tool. Know what you have and work on your skills. Harness those skills. That's the only way that you can go out. That's the only way that you can thrive. Your no is your no. I always say this. I can never poop where I eat. I learned it the hard way. Way back when I started radio, there was someone that I used to work with who had something to do with someone. At the end of the day, the thing became so bad. And I learned from that mistake that if I should have anything to do with anybody that I work with, it will always backfire. So I feel for me, that was the fear for me. And I love that fear to the glory of God because you see, when people are going through things, we spoke about this earlier. People's experiences are to help shaping you. They're not just their experiences, they work in your favor as well. So I don't do that. I will never. In fact, now for me to even go, if I see that is the route I want to go, I terminate whatever contract it is, then I face you. That is if that's what we are there for. 9 out of 10, I like my money more than anything because I mean, a financial woman, to the glory of God, is a well sought after woman. So why will I jeopardize my bread? I don't play with my bread one bit. So that's why I never mix. I mean, never mix business with pleasure. Quote me anywhere, any day, anytime. You see this one, I can stand on it any day because I know that it always ends up in tears. So please, let us put ourselves out there. Make that content. Put yourself out there. Be conscious. I did something that really changed my life. Sometime last year, this was 2024 into 2025, from November. I just told myself, there's something I'm doing that's not right. Let me try and do a 360. Let me just do something. And I promise you, from that to November last year, the growth was massive. What did I do? I did the little things. First things first, I started addressing my dressing. Secondly, the kind of jobs I took. Thirdly, the way I wanted people to see me. Because before now, it was just radio, radio. Radio does that thing where it gives you fame without money, and then you become comfort. Yes, you become comfortable that you don't want to do anything again. The whole of Abuja is listening now. 1.2 million people know you. They don't know you, Jack. It's not becoming cash in your account. So what are you going to be doing? Sitting down when God has given you 1,001 abilities and things that you can do, and you can put yourself out there, and you're not going to be sitting on one, seriously. So after I took my time and I started working on those aspects, guess what? I started seeing serious people. I had a conversation with some women sometime last year, and I said, to the glory of God, I had an international brand that paid all expense to travel me. They gave me VIP treatment. The same thing that happened with the MMA people. People were willing to work. Why? Because they saw that I knew what I was doing and I was there for the job. So we need to understand that if you are going to do the job, my sister, do the job. Close your leg. You see why I'm emphasizing on this thing? Because this is 2026. Let's not make stupid mistakes. If you're there to learn, please learn. Leave these young men alone. I beg. Face your life and your future. There's a whole lot. You guys are laughing at me. But yeah, that's what I have to say. But yeah, that's what I have to say for people that are in my industry.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Because this thing you mentioned about that, I'm coming to you, same question. People positioning for proper mentorship. It means it is a pain point. The fact that I mentioned it, you mentioned it. People go and look up, they look you up. People look you up. So they want to, I don't want to stress. I already have, I want to grow. There are things I need to do. One of the things I really would think people should have known by now is that you should be able to study. You should be able to read. Just read a little. so that when you open your mouth, it's not nonsense that is coming out. There is no mentor that will see you. You are you know you will see you at zero level and will see somebody at 20 already and will not pick 20. Everybody wants their work to be easier. Except there's a divine, maybe an angel appeared to me and tells me, my son, make sure you mentor Jennifer. I will say, but she knew they try, but I go still do am. That is because God said it. But then you will not strong arm me. I will look at honestly, I will look at you. I'll look at you on Facebook, I'll look at you on Instagram, I'll look at you look for you everywhere. And I'll be like, no, this person will stress me. I'll go. Some just come once and then they get out. Some don't even know how to send you a message. Right? So that's why Ndatam was saying what he does is he rather picks than you come to him. So it means if we are picking, it means we need to be able to position ourselves well. I last year I started mid last year. I started a community. It's called 1012 Africa. 1012 Africa is a community where we read 10 books in 12 months. That's the idea. 12 uh, all over Africa, for Africans to read 10 books in 12 months. And it's very simple. We created an accountability system, grouped people. We're reading the same book, but the accountability is in groups. And then we'll meet once a week to share ideas about the book. So you just realize that the moment you do that, you have read the book multiple times while reading it once because you're hearing different perspectives, you are seeing one thing in different ways. It now opens up your mind. I stopped deliberately. I was doing it for free. I stopped because I I organized two weekly reviews. They didn't show up. I didn't tell them anything. I just calmed down. I didn't say anything. I just prepared my mind. 2026, I will put a price tag to it. Put a price tag because what I'm sharing with you, when I share the book with you, honestly, you will not believe it's the same book that we read. Apart from experience, I think there is grace attached to it. I don't take the credit 100%. There's grace attached to it. So we're doing it, but I'm telling you because people don't even want to learn anything. They will just want you to come. You are my mentor. I'm your mentor. Okay. So first of all, I'll not settle you with maybe 1.5 million first for you to start life. When I give you 1.5 million, you start life. I will read book for you. If I let me read the book, and your point is just attend me. Let me explain what is in the book for you. You are lying. No. A mentor shortens your journey. A mentor does not eliminate the process. He may make it easier. He doesn't eliminate the parts where you have to do something yourself. You get the idea. So I don't know where that idea or that notion comes from, where you just assume that because this person is my mentor, life don't stew for me. It's not stew. It's not even okra. It's nothing. You're just starting. Right? So Jennifer must come back. We're not done with you, Jesus. All right, so Nathan, we're back to you. We're back to you. How do you think people should position or people should position themselves for mentorship in with regards to anything, the creative space, or even life in general? How do you think people will be able to position themselves? What are the signs? What are the things you will see in a person, and you'll be like, I want to mentor this person?
Okay. Firstly, the world is a global space right now. I wanted to say location, but to a large degree, location really does not matter right now. So long as you have a device before you, you can almost reach out to anybody. But like one of the major problems I think most of us have is even knowing how to message people who want mentorship from. Some people just enter your DM, hello sir. Hello what? Or they'll just tell you hi. Hi what? There are a lot of people say they don't reply their messages. But these same people I message and I get replies from. I message a lot of people and I get replies from. I know I'm not there yet, but let me speak from my space. There's no time I message Uncle Nosa that he doesn't reply me. As busy as he is, there's no time I message him, he doesn't reply me. There's no time I message Neo and Adejo, he doesn't reply me. There's no time I message people like Folabi Noel and that they always will message me back. That's because I don't even, it's not like I even messaging them every time. So when they see my message, they know, okay, I came for something. So I think that's number one, knowing how to even communicate what's in your mind to people. You just say like, hi, hello, if that's even the like, how are you, sir? I'm fine, sir. Anything for your boy. Bro, where we did. Where we did. But most times, if I message these people, I'm messaging them for a particular reason. I will just put up a message. Good afternoon, Uncle sir. It's been a while. How have you been doing? How is family, sir? I would like you to look at this thing I just did. I would like to get your honest review on this music I just created. I'll send it to him. When he's less busy, he replies me, hey Siri, what's up? Thank you for messaging. Blah 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 blah. Okay, I like this. I don't like this. I think we should do this. I think we should do this better. As basic as that is, it has thwarted a lot of people's opportunity to get a mentorship. And secondly, like you said, knowing having a foundation of yours for yourself, having a land that somebody can build on is paramount. Nobody want come build for air. At least we never reach there. At least nobody wants to build. Somebody wants to see that you actually have something you're working with. Now, in this world now, nobody is looking for virgin ground. Nobody. Everybody's looking for somebody that at least has something. Let's just continue from where you're already headed. Even brands, as far as deals, as far as endorsement in the creative space now, before record labels will come for an artist, they will make sure he already has an audience for himself already. Nobody is building audience with you. They will ensure you already have an audience first before they even think of investing. So that shows that shows further that people want to build on something. They just don't want to come and meet. Maybe then go they help you they cut grass. Make sure you have things laid out, basic knowledge about where you're headed. And like you said, if as it regards to me looking out for people, I want to see that already you have, I won't say clear vision, but when I see hunger, oh, network has done. It's
Ndatam, can you hear me?
I can hear you, sir.
Okay, yeah, just shoot. I'm with you. I can
Okay.
I heard what you were saying. It's Jennifer that I'm not seeing. I don't know if she's
She
backstage because her video is not on. Okay. She's here.
I'm here. I
Oh,
just don't want to be talking over him.
okay. That's
Yes.
fine. That's fine. So I can still hear you. Don't worry about me. I
Okay,
had
sir.
network had to leave my this thing. That's why. So, but I'm
Okay.
with you. I'll
Okay,
be
sir.
back soon. Yeah,
Oh,
just continue. Yeah.
yes. So for somebody like me, I know hunger when I see one. I know hunger when I see one because I know it is a driving force I have. I can really get hungry for a thing, and for lack of better words, it consumes me. My hunger for a thing can literally consume me. That will literally be the only thing I'm thinking of, the only thing I'm seeing. If I'm having a conversation with you, one way or the other, you hear it. So if I see such hunger, I can identify it anytime, any day. So spotting something like that just gives me the um the confidence that okay, we can do this with this person. Just makes me relax that okay, this person can get this. But these are basic things. These are basically some of the things. Like I said, knowing how to message mentors, people you're aspiring to get mentorship from, and also being able to have something you already are doing before these mentors come into your life? Because everybody's already doing a lot. These mentors too are already doing a lot. So people don't really have time to be babysitting anybody at this point. I see how some people want you to be the person to hold their hand, tell them this, do like this, do like this. It doesn't work anymore like that. It really doesn't. My mentors, the person I call mentor, he sometimes gets tired of my questions. He really gets tired of my questions. Till today, yeah, a lot of people say you know how to do this, but till today I don't feel like I know how to do it compared to my mentor. So sometimes if I ask him questions, he gets tired. Be like, guy, I know you understand this, and why are you asking me this? I'm like, I just need clarity. Like, you don't need clarity. You're overthinking this thing. That's because I really like. I don't think I won't say I like control, but I like being able to holistically have a glimpse or have a grasp of everything I'm doing. That's why I don't make hasty decisions sometimes. I take my time to do so. I'll ask a lot of questions. So how can I do this? How can I EQ this? How I saw how you wrote this. What was the thought process to you writing this? If I can get the story behind it. So I ask a lot of questions as it regards to things I'm doing. And also, um, like I said, the internet is everywhere. For me, where I can reach out to persons myself, the internet made it possible. You already need to have what you're doing on your page. For example, like she stated, or I think you stated, you used to check. You can literally go and check everybody's socials everywhere and see that this person knows what they are doing before I can engage with them. I think these two basic things, and also, yes, this last thing I just remembered. I feel the difference between our northern people and the people from the other end is the fact that I had conversations with some guys from creatives, and they told me that some of the reasons they are not doing the things they are meant to be doing is because they don't have resources. I was now telling them this is the difference between you and the people in Lagos. The people in Lagos don't need the resources to do those things. The lack of resources is enough motivation to do this thing while you are waiting for the resources before you do this thing. You just need to be self-motivated. Most of us are really not self-motivated. We give up too easily. We give up really easily. We face little challenge on this, they bailed out. You face a little challenge on this, you're done. Baringiba. But that's not how it is out there. The real world is really not even friendly. It's a jungle out there. So you need to come up fierce and fearless, basically. I think I'm done speaking, sir. My lord, my lord, you may.
Yes, my network just was misbehaving, but I'm back. So I
Thank
like
God.
the last thing you just said. You sounded like John Bellion. You said it's a jungle out there. It is actually. Sounded like John Bellion. So a lot of people are see, your mentor. A lot of people are competing for the attention of your mentor. Yes, a lot of people are competing for your mentor's attention,
Okay, fact.
and because of that, one, all right. Because of that, your mentor is looking for what is easy for you. So please, there are things you mentioned, so I'll list them out so people don't just forget. You should you should have the right hunger. You should
Yes.
Jennifer mentioned that you should be focused. You should come to your mentor with a specific goal of the things that you want to learn. There should be specifics of the things that you hope to achieve so that you can track your progress. It's not just haphazard and you know, okay, this is it. So you don't come and then it's not like you're not liking your mentor, or you come with you came as a lady to a female mentor, but what you are looking for is so that she can dash you her Birkin bag or her LV, or she can
Okay.
dash you her shoe. It's Jennifer that will understand this thing better, but she's hiding. So, but then you should be able to come with for the right reasons, stay for the right reasons. Be self-motivated for the right reasons until you get what you want to get. Like you came there to get something. So why not stay there and get it?
Mm-hmm.
Why not stay and get it? Right? And then we this is what we mentioned. We mentioned how you can position. You need to have some knowledge.
Yes, sir.
Usually when you want people to help you, you say, this is what I have done. This is where I'm stuck. This is what I've done so far. This is where I'm stuck. And then the person will help you process. Okay? I'm hearing echo. All right. So one last question. Jennifer, I would have loved to ask Jennifer this question before Ndatam. Yes, welcome back. Jennifer likes backstage. You know, she's an MC, so they like backstage, on stage. All right. So good to see you again. One, our time is up, but I'm
I was
enjoying the
going to
conversation.
say, you people
However,
don't know that I want to go and eat. You people want me to eat late so that I'll be this hot body is in the mud.
I want to allow me to behave myself. All right. So
Okay.
last question. Last question. I had another question, but I think I'll just skip that. This is the last question. While we're having this conversation, or before we even started having this conversation, there's something in your mind. There was a question that you wish I asked you, so you will answer it. There's something you wanted to say, but I probably didn't ask you that question. So now, what is the question that you would have wanted me to ask you? So
Ah,
ask yourself the question and answer it.
wow.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's that's a tough one. Putting me on that spot because I would think we've dived into we've delved into all the areas. But I think I, can I just give my final remarks? Okay. So, I just want to first things first. Thank you so much for this opportunity. I don't take it for granted. I love opportunities like this and platforms like this because, it helps us to talk to ourselves and let's find solutions, especially as a new year is upon us. We should be able to do things differently. So I'm grateful to you for this opportunity to serve. I always say I'm the servant. I like to serve. I just want to say that anytime you have a dream, no matter how scary it is, you should go for it. Number one. Number two, look for people that are in communities that will help you. Sometime last year, for the first time in a very long time, I started working with someone who challenged me and helped me to start seeing things in a different light. At first, it wasn't really easy because, when you're used to the spotlight shining on you and you get all the attention, and then all of a sudden, it's like you're stepping down that horse and then you're watching another person shine, but you are a supporting factor for the person to shine. It has never happened, and this is what having a mentor and you being a mentee is, because it's a different thing if you are the one who is always mentoring people and then all of a sudden tables are turning and it's the other way around. And that experience really humbled me because as at every visit, as at every time we went out, there was something that I always had at the back of my mind. What am I taking from this experience? What am I learning from this experience? And I got to understand that humility pays a lot. And when people want to have you around them to serve in any capacity, it means you have value. If you're not valuable, people will not use you. I'm talking about your expertise. I'm talking about your knowledge. It it goes deeper than you just serving. For instance, you can be with someone and be like, oh, so what do you think? You think what you think is just a basic thing, but it's not a basic thing. It is because they believe that your thinking capacity can handle that particular thing at that time. So it has helped me to start thinking of problem solving very quickly because before now, I'm like, oh, I'll stall a bit. But working with this person has helped me to understand that, I always have to have my thinking cap. There should always be, because that's one thing with her. You can't, when there's a problem, don't tell me you can't do it. Find a way. I used to think I was like that up until I met someone who has it in different degrees. And it just opened my eyes to different possibilities, to the fact that there is wealth to be made, to the fact that as a woman, you should push hard. And when I mean push hard, I mean genuinely, honestly push hard. And it also taught me that because this person is also from the north. So you can imagine when you're seeing somebody that's a northerner that is pushing and she's breaking barriers and she's collaborating with certain people and certain things are happening, and you're like, eh. So people are doing it like this. I didn't know. So it opened my eyes because there's a Bible verse that says, as far as the eye can see, what can you see? It opened my eye that there is a lot that I'm not even seeing, and there's like a different dimension to it. And it also taught me something. What it taught me is that sometimes you have to shrink so that you can grow. Because in the process of shrinking, you are learning, you are getting all that which you need for you to rise. For instance, it's just like a seed. When you put a seed into the ground, you bury it, you think, oh, that's the end of it. No, just give it a while. Let rain hit it, let sunshine shine on it. It springs out, it becomes a tree, it becomes a plant, it becomes that which it bears fruit. So we need to, number one, dream big. Number two, be of use. When we see people that are willing to take us under their wings, we should happily. You see now, I'm glad to collaborate with people. Before I used to be close-minded. Like I was like, no, I don't want to, I don't want to put myself out too much. Yeah, this thing, Kai, it sounds like it's very hard. But no, not when you're like, there are other things, there are other territories that you need to capture, there are other things that you need to conquer. So put yourself out there. Be hardworking. If you find people that are willing to take you under your umbrella, please do. If you can pay for it, I like the fact that you're monetizing this because the fact that you're monetizing this is opening my eye. I'm like, this is a nice idea. I should definitely monetize this because of all those weird messages I see in my DM. Oh, please, Queen, can you help us? So the thing is, I'm studying mass communication. I'm like, oh God, all these people have started. So if you don't show up, Takam, I've chopped your money. I'm not going to give you a refund because whatever you're doing, I'm going to write it there. Kindly know there is no refund. Go and meet your lawyer and find out and agree to these terms and conditions. So, mentoring is very important. Being a mentee is also important because in those processes or in that process, you're going to learn. And learning is one thing that we can't stop. As a human being, if you stop learning, you're willing to die. So I want to urge everyone, I want to say that we should keep learning. Despite where we're coming from. And we should forget that thing that, oh, muyen kasa, muyen arewa, eh. And so what? Come out. Start putting yourself out there. Nobody's going to do it for you. And don't give those weird excuses. Those weird excuses that you can imagine somebody, for instance, I'm a woman. Imagine a woman in 1844 that women couldn't even have bank accounts. And now they're listening to the fact that you can open a bank, you can work, and not saying, but the thing is, I don't really have light. What kind of weird excuse? Because I hear some really weird excuses. And they say, but sometimes the thing is, I don't know how to start. What do you mean by you don't know how to start? You don't have head. You can't think. Okay, if you can't think, you can't use ChatGPT, you can't type it. No matter, even if you type it in pidgin, it will answer you. So we should put ourselves out there. We should come out. My pastor said something. He said, there's no box. You're the one who decided to create a cage and sit inside and say there is a box. There is no box. Think as wild as you can. Dream big. Put in the hard work. Network and collaborate with people that can help your dream. And at the end of the day, the rest is history. With these few points of mine, I hope I've convinced you and not confused you. That to be a mentor and a mentee is very important in 2026. It is my pleasure, but please, people shall allow me. Let me go and eat.
Jennifer, thank you so much. Thank you. God bless you. Am I mute?
Thank
Okay.
you.
We showing them.
No, you're
Okay,
not
am
me.
I mute? All right.
Nice to
Thank you
meet
very
you,
much.
sir. All right.
And then you answered one of the question I refused to ask you, but you actually answered it. Thank you so much.
Thank you so
You can go
much.
and eat. You can go
Thank
and eat.
you.
So I want we don't finish the conclusion. We conclude with that. That time, okay, yes. Thank you for muting. Now, we before you left the question before you were backstage, there was uh, a question I asked her, and I asked her that what is there any question that she wished I asked her while we're on this while we're on this call that I didn't ask her. Can you hear me? He has gone
Fine,
backstage.
fine.
Okay. All right. So is there any question that she will have loved that I asked her that I didn't ask her, so she can answer the question. So that's it. Are you with me? So that okay. Yeah, so that's the thing. Is there something that you wish you would have said, but I didn't ask you the question, so you couldn't say it?
Okay, I don't know, but I think there's one. I think probably. Let me see. I would like to let creatives know that around here that it's possible. It is really possible. It is really possible. The reason why I am not loud enough about some things is because I want to gather enough facts, enough resources around it. Then I'll start. I think I started a series last year, Dear Creative. I think I'll have to revisit it back soon. I don't know when, but soon. Where I'm sharing knowledge based on my experience. I don't know why. I know I'm not, but I feel responsible for a lot of creatives around around this axis of ours. I feel responsible. I don't know why God is pushing me with such a burden, but I really feel responsible to let people know that it's possible. It's possible. Like my pastor will say, there are some things he was able to do from the comfort of his house to the ends of the earth. So don't think that because we are here, we're limited. We're not. Yes, our environment has its own um, disadvantages, but there are ways we can go around these things, especially for somebody like myself or the creative space. I'm looking forward to a time where I'm building structures, but I'm looking forward to a time where I won't even have to go out of my house. I want to get there. I don't have to go out of my house, but I'm delivering services to people the same way. For example, I think throughout last year, I've not actively done photography except for persons I really respect or there's a relationship or the offer is really really offering. You get. But I was just in the comfort of my house, doing editing jobs for a lot of photographers. That's in the aspect of photography. I'm retouching pictures for like I think I have a guy in Germany, I have one in the UK, I have two in the US. I'm retouching for them remotely. They go do their shoots, they send me links, I download, I retouch, I send them back, I get my money. That was why last year I was not really active in the photography space because sometimes the money I will make retouching for these persons will sustain me for a month or more than a month. Than carrying camera around and somebody be vexing me. That's one. Secondly, in the music space also, I've been able to set little structure, like having little musical gadgets in my space where I'm able to still offer services. Somebody reaches out to me, Alpha, I need you to send me a guitar by 2 a.m. tomorrow. I don't have an excuse. I don't need to tell him I cannot. Or somebody tell me, write a song for me. I need it as soon as possible. There's no excuse. I'll record it that night, do the lyrics, record it for you to know how to hear how it sounds, mix it, put guitar, put everything and send to you a full demo. You go just hear song, just come out and put your voice. That's the level at which this thing is going right now. And I think I was sharing with you the last time we met that I've made money from songwriting last year, and I'm hoping to make more this year. It's not hope. I know I'm making more this year. Like jokingly. That's why I said the world is a global space. I met these persons on the internet. I never knew them. I don't know them from Adam. I don't know nothing about them. I met them, funny enough, I met them on TikTok. I just met them on TikTok. And these people are able to entrust me with songwriting jobs worth $3,000, $4,000. And I'll do it from the comfort of my house and send and get paid. My advice to every creative is to know that it's possible. there's no environmental restriction. Don't put that in your mind. I don't think that your environment will limit you. I don't believe that anymore. I used to, but I don't believe it anymore. You can do this thing comfortably from anywhere. Just like she said, just put out yourself out. Because if you don't put out yourself out there, nobody will even see you. That's now the annoying thing. Because I know a lot of amazing creatives that are not putting themselves out there. This world will favor the loudest. It's not the most skilled. Now, who loud pass, they go favor. Who is loud about his business? Who is loud about what he does? You might be the best and be who no reach you, they cash out. Basically. So put yourself out there and also know that it's possible. Basically.